What is going on, everyone? How are you all doing? This is Yix here at Bang Crypto, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Cosmos and their new development, also known as STARGATE. So stick around and let's see what it's saying. So before we get started, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. Very much appreciate that. And also, if you're a beginner to crypto and you want to learn the fundamentals about crypto, some technical analysis, I've got a link to my course which is completely free in the description. And also, if you want to join the private Telegram group that I run, where I post regular technical analysis, chart updates and all that good stuff, link for that is in the description. With that out of the way, let's get straight into this game and talk about Cosmos and the STARGATE development. So as per usual, myself, I don't like to get too into the details, too granular. I'm not a developer. I cannot go to that level of detail. I like to look at an overview and get an understanding from a higher level without getting too bogged down with the details. Now, they are important. However, for me personally, if I go too far in, I might get confused. So I want to learn the fundamentals and then form an opinion. So first and foremost, STARGATE is the latest development in Cosmos' roadmap, where they do major upgrades to the blockchain, which has taken them to the final destination. So let's look into a couple of those major upgrades. So the overview is that they will finally integrate IBC, which is the Inter-Blockchain Communication Protocol. It's the ability to exchange transactions of value and data across compatible chains. So all the blockchains that are running on Cosmos will be able to transfer value and data to one another. And we'll get into the ecosystem in a moment, because it is very impressive. They've got proto-buf migration, so this accelerates front-end development and 10x to 100x better blockchain performance. A new node can synchronize 200 times faster, participating in consensus in minutes rather than days. So if a new node joins the system, it won't take a long time for it to start getting involved in voting and things like that. Because normally it has to, I believe, download a lot of data from the blockchain, but now it's able to do this much faster. And lastly, chain upgrade module enables validators to upgrade the chain software asynchronously in minutes rather than an hour or more. If you want to get the full details from Zaki, you can watch this video. But the most important thing about this upgrade, in my opinion, apart from the fact that everything is going to be accelerated, so it's going to be much easier for developers to create apps. It's going to be much easier for developers or new developers to actually join the system. It's going to be much easier for nodes to get on the system and reach consensus. The thing that and probably a lot of other people are looking at most is this inter-blockchain communication. So the fact that blockchains will now be able to communicate with one another and transfer value and data. As mentioned previously, so it's the emergence of a much anticipated IBC, the ability to securely and trustlessly exchange data and token value across sovereign chains that support IBC. That means that 1, tokens, and 2, data will be exchanged across different blockchains, and we anticipate that the Cosmos Hub will be the first to secure those cross-chain exchanges. So, I mean, one of the issues that Cosmos is trying to solve from the beginning is the fact that there's many siloed networks, Ethereum, Bitcoin, whatever, that can't communicate with one another. There's no means to do that. So that's why IBC is so important, because it actually allows those different applications within Cosmos to communicate with one another. However, you can also communicate with other blockchains. So let's have a quick look at how they can do that. So IBC will, if 2 chains are sovereign, how can tokens from one be transferred to another? No, so this is the one I was looking at. Non-Tendermint based blockchains like BTC and ETH can value and data be transferred between the Cosmos ecosystem and non-Tendermint blockchains, e.g. Ethereum or Bitcoin networks with IBC. IBC can directly enable value transfer between fast finality chains with deterministic finality, but Ethereum and Bitcoin are not fast finality chains, so a special application-specific blockchain zone called a peg zone is required. So what they're saying, it is possible, however, a special zone is required. But the key part is it is possible. And this isn't the fault of Cosmos that it's not able to do it in an efficient way. It's because they are essentially old blockchains that did not have interoperability built within it. So it is possible with this special blockchain zone called a peg zone. And you can read a bit more about that in here. So this truly is an interoperable blockchain, and STARGATE will enable this finally. As mentioned previously, another thing about this upgrade is transaction throughput of the Cosmos Hub and others that upgrade to increase by 10 to 100x. So this will be very important for the Cosmos Hub to handle an ever increasing volume of cross-chain transactions. So basically, in terms of adoption, this is highly important because, of course, if the throughput is low, then it's not able to handle a lot of transaction, and thus it will have an Ethereum style problem where it's not able to handle a lot of activity on the network. So moving over to, in my opinion, one of the other impressive things that is already the case with the Cosmos network and why it makes Cosmos a very close competitor with Ethereum is the fact that the ecosystem is actually quite large. A lot of projects have been built on Cosmos, and it's attracted a lot of developers to continue to build on Cosmos. So it's a close second or third to Ethereum in terms of how many developers it attracts to the ecosystem, and basically how hot it is, how in demand it is. You've got projects like Akash Network that I've covered previously. Shout out to my mate Dan about this. You've got a lot of recognizable projects. Band Protocol, which is doing very, very well at the moment. Binance Smart Chain, Binance Chain. There's 7 pages of projects that are being built. And as I said, Bluezell, a lot of these projects are recognizable and they're being built on the Cosmos network. And now with this upgrade, which is happening on the 17th, well, that's when I think the voting ends on the 17th. Now they'll be able to communicate with each other and actually interact properly, transfer data, and it'll be a very, very strong ecosystem once they're able to interact properly and efficiently. Let's see if we recognize any other ones. Crypto.com, Dash Evolution, and I think Kava Network is on. I believe Kava is on here as well. Let's see if we can find that. One of our personal favorites. There you go. Kava is on here. One of our favorites. So as I said, the list really does go on, and this is only the beginning. With this upgrade, the level of interoperability is going to increase by an order of magnitude. So this is the reason, we'll get into the technicals in a second, why the price has increased so much leading up to this upgrade. And I really have high hopes for Cosmos going forward, because there are many blockchains like Ethereum, like Cosmos, that are platforms for developers to build applications on. You've got Polkadot, which is coming up very hot right now. But the fact that you can actually see so many applications being built on Cosmos is a very, very positive sign. There's many other blockchains that are similar to this, like Cardano, that do not have the same level of attraction for developers, and thus they don't have the level of number of applications being built on there. So very, very exciting to see how Cosmos develops going forward. Now let's look at the technicals of Cosmos, and I've covered it around this chart pattern around $4 to $7. Since then, it's absolutely exploded to the upside, 340%. and it's hit a very, very key number of $20. And I highlighted this previously. It's a big even number, so it's very easy to just plot this. 25 is going to be next, and then potentially all the way up to 50. If that hits 50, that'll be a nice 10x. Of course, we'll have to see how it progresses. To increase another 100% from this point would be very impressive, but I think it's possible for this bull run for it to reach $50. If the bull run reaches astronomical levels, then of course it could go much further to potentially $70, $80, or even $100. But we'll have to see. Let's remain conservative, hence why I've got 20, 25 and 50, which I think are relatively conservative. There's probably a big correction coming up soon. As you can see, when you have big moves like this, there's bound to be a correction of equal magnitude. However, because this is a bull run, it's not going to be as severe as there'll be more buyers trying to push it forward. So I think, buying the dip is the best strategy for this. I mean, let's see if there's anything else we can see on the daily time frame. There isn't much else we can see apart from the explosion, a few red candles, but they are doji, so a bit of a pause in between. It'll be interesting to see if we actually close above $20, potentially hit 25, and then $20 becomes resistance, support, sorry. That'd be a very, very bullish thing to see as it will build towards going further up. But we'll have to see as time goes on what it wants to do. At the moment, it's just in pure price discovery mode. But definitely I have high hopes for Cosmos, not only because of the strength of the network, of the SDK kit, the popularity of the project. Well, actually, no, the second part is the fact that it's very popular with developers is why I've got high hopes for Cosmos. You can have a fantastic blockchain with all the bells and whistles, but if developers are not actually going to the network to build, then it's just a waste, isn't it? So that's why I've got high hopes for Cosmos. The rest of the market is doing quite well. As you can see, Polkadot exploding. Now it's going past $25. A lot of the altcoins are smashing it. Ocean Protocol as well hit $1.47. Bitcoin and Ethereum at the moment are just pausing. They exploded past 38 and 1600, but at the moment it's just pausing, I think, before it explodes further to the upside. It hits 50k and this hits $2,000. So let's see going forward how that progresses. That'll be all for this video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Peace.